If you're having a hard time becoming profitable, it's probably one of two things. This is a setup that we ended up taking on Friday. We are currently on a 5-week winning streak, and me not catching a trade is better than me forcing a setup and taking a loss. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another video. It is currently 8 o'clock. I'm going live with the premium members here at 8:30. We're just going to be talking about the trades from last week and then going over a few other things. So I got to go ahead, get ready for that in a few minutes. But today's plan, honestly, just going to do that live, then probably going to go play some basketball, maybe work out at the gym for a little. Tonight, I need to go to Target. I want to look for a little patio set. And then I got a lot of editing I need to do. I need to trim this video down because I want to have this video completely ready for tomorrow morning probably. And then I've been going crazy with the free group, trying to get that free course completely ready. Yesterday, I was editing for hours. I think I got 2 more videos posted in the free course, and I'm going to probably be editing 2 or 3 more today, probably film another 1 and 2. So I definitely have a lot of stuff I need to do today. But first things first is definitely going to be going live with the free group, and then I'm going to go play some basketball or hit the gym like I just mentioned. This is a setup that we ended up taking on Friday that gave us a 1-2 and actually secured the winning streak. You could see we ended up getting an entry off an M5, M1 level of demand, and we ended up catching that 1-2. But first thing is, look how close we were to stop loss. This almost stopped us out, almost ended the week negative for us, which crazy. But you could see we came all the way up, almost hit a TP2, and then we did not close at break even on this trade. Normally when we go to a TP1, we go to break even. We did not do the break even trade this time. We were letting it go for at least a 1-2, which was definitely risky since this was a trade that could have jeopardized our winning streak. We could have closed at a 1-1 and ended the week up 1%, but we were confident and we were holding for at least a 1-2, and that's exactly what we got. You can see we went all the way up there, came back down, and this is where it almost stopped us out at, but we were still holding. We reversed, went all the way to a TP2, and honestly we could have held for a little longer and got a TP3 out of it. Sucks, but hey, at least we secured the winning streak. We ended up only 2% this week, but 2% profit is better than a losing week for sure. So that was the trade that we caught on Friday. Now going to Dow, this is what we were expecting to happen on Friday, and this was a trade I was really interested in. So we were looking to get a push all the way to this M15 and H1 level of supply, and then we were looking for sells from there. Well, you could see around 2:05 p.m. it almost tapped into that level, and then it would have went down and gave us the 1-2 we were looking for. But 2 o'clock is way past our trading session. I usually get off at 10:30 or 11 o'clock, and it would have just missed our level, which would have sucked. But you could see we had the right analysis. We were going all the way up to that level, would have tapped into that level, and then would have went down. And I called this trade out probably around 8 a.m. in the morning, 8:30 in the morning. That's when I marked it out, and then we hopped on the live session. I let the premium members know exactly what I was looking at, what I was interested in, all that, and you could see right there our analysis was correct. And that's very important to pay attention to because that is just confirmation that our strategy is still working, what we're doing still working. We had another profitable week, and we are currently on a 5-week winning streak in the group. So let's see if we can break the record. I want to say the record was either 16 or 18 weeks. I'd have to go back and look, but we had a really long winning streak back when I had the live trading open again. So we're going to see if we can go ahead and break that. Now for next week, we got to see if we go lower, but I would like to get a tap into this H1 M15 level of supply. And if you look at this, this is really similar to the Dow setup, but I would like to get tapped into that level on NQ. And if we do go lower, there is this M15, M5 that I'd be interested in taking longs from. But the only thing you got to be cautious about down here is we could grab the liquidity down here and we could go to new lows. So that's something I'm going to be really cautious about down here. But realistically, if we can go ahead and get a push back into this H1 M15 level, I would be interested in taking shorts from there and seeing what it can give us. It's going to be really similar to that Dow trade. So I'd be curious if this level gets tapped into maybe Sunday during Asian session or London session. If not, it might wait for Monday and we can go ahead and take that setup. And you guys seen it, just to show you guys that the strategy works. I literally bought a challenge account, past it just by live trading with you guys, and then I started trading that funded account, and we're already up, I want to say, right around $2,000 on it. The strategy does work, and we'll honestly probably get a payout on that account sometime next week. All right, I'm gonna go ahead, put a towel in the bag, because honestly, I might hit the pool. It's pretty early, but I might be feeling the pool today. I don't know. We'll see. I might not be once I get there, but I'm gonna bring that, need to bring a water, got the basketball. I'm just gonna try to get some early morning exercise. I'm definitely feeling a lot better today. I've been sick for quite some time now, like a week and a half, but starting to feel like myself again, so I'm gonna take advantage of that and go outside. Gonna be going with the orange raspberry Propel. This shit is fire. And I mean, it's not too bad for you. Regular water is probably better, but I like something with a little bit of flavor. So we're gonna go head to the gym right now, play a little bit of basketball. You'll see some footage. Look at this, they finally put some new nets in. That shit's looking fresh now. As you can see by the title of the video, if you're having a hard time being a profitable day trader, then you need to listen to this. If you're having a hard time becoming profitable, it's probably one of two things. Either your strategy's messed up or it's your psychology. As simple as it is, it's probably one of those two things. And honestly, I'd bet more than anything, it's probably your psychology. Most people have a winning strategy. The winning strategy is all over YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, all that. You can win by using fair value gaps, supply and demand, support resistance, all that type of stuff. There is a trader out there that is profitable by using that. But the main reason why people aren't profitable is because their psychology is messed up. Their discipline's not good. They're over trading. They're over leveraging. They're not waiting for the setups to come to them. That is all things that could be preventing you from becoming profitable. I know in the beginning of my journey, one of the things I was doing was whenever I was in the red, I was just holding and holding and holding, hopes that it was going to come back and flip green. And when it would flip green, I would literally close right away because I'd be scared that it's going to go back red. I'd be $500 negative drawdown. When it goes up $30, I'm closing. So the issue was I was holding my losers way too long, and my winners I was cutting way too fast. So my risk to reward was not good enough. Now, I know a lot of people don't like one-to-ones. Me personally, I catch a lot of one-to-ones, but my win rate is high, so that's how I'm profitable. And I catch more than one-to-ones. I'll catch one-to-twos, one-to-threes, all that. But I do catch a lot of one-to-ones. You need to make sure you're at least at a bare minimum going for a one-to-one. What you need to do is have a set stop loss level and do not move it. Once it hits that level, you need to be out. You don't need to move it lower and lower and lower in hopes that the trade's gonna flip and go back into profit. That is gonna keep you unprofitable long term. Another thing you guys need to stop doing is cut out the over trading, cut out the over leveraging. There's no reason to be over leveraging on your account. You need to risk what you're comfortable with losing, because when you over leverage, your emotions get a lot crazier, and that's when you start panicking and all that type of stuff. Quit trying to go for the fast money, risk accordingly, and take high quality trades. Now, when it comes to the over trading, there's no reason to be taking 10, 20, 30 trades in a single day. I personally only take one trade in a day, and max you'll ever see me really taking is 2, but I like to keep it at 1. No matter if I win, lose, or anything, I'm done for the day. If I lose, there's no reason to try to give more money back to the market, and if I win, there's no reason to try to give up some of my profit. Also, a lot of people in the beginning of their trading journey feel like they have to be placing a trade every single day to be included in the market, and that's not the case. There's not going to be a setup every single day that presents itself. What you need to do is make sure you have patience and you look for the high quality trades, because believe it or not, there's plenty of times that I show up, I sit on the computer for 1 to 2 hours and I don't catch anything. But me not catching a trade is better than me forcing a setup and taking a loss. I'd rather make no money than lose money. So just because you're not placing a trade, that doesn't mean you're not a good trader or you're not a trader or anything. Go to the charts, get your chart time, study, and learn how to read price action, and you're still being a trader. You are actually sitting there learning, which is better than not doing anything whatsoever. If you don't place a trade, that doesn't mean you're not doing anything, but you got to make sure you're gaining knowledge within the charts somehow every single day. One of the things I highly recommend is to just go ahead and paper trade if you're not really doing much or you just want to learn. There's no reason to put your real money into an account and end up losing it when you don't know what you're doing. Go ahead, go to TradingView, you, open up a free paper trading account and learn there. One thing I've mentioned plenty of other times is your habits off the charts are going to reflect your habits on the charts. And if you're an impatient person outside the charts, you're going to be an impatient person on the charts. So you need to start working on yourself, working on your psychology, and being the best version of yourself as you possibly can. Because trading is going to be a mental game 100%. You can have the winning strategy. Someone can literally give you the blueprint on how to win a trade, but if you don't know how to control your emotions, you don't know how to control yourself, then you're not going to be able to manage that trade perfectly, and you're going to end up making mistakes. And what we're going to end this discussion off with is when you make mistakes, you need to make sure you learn from them. A lot of people pay more attention to their winners than their losers, and I'm not gonna lie, the losers taught me more than my winners. I literally sat there, journaled, and wrote down all my trades, my profitable days, my losing days, all that type of stuff, and I literally sat there and realized I was making the same mistake over and over and over. And when I literally dialed in and changed what I was doing wrong, that's when it totally changed for me and I started seeing more and more profits. You have to make sure you're paying attention to the mistakes and you're learning from them. Don't ignore them, because those losing days are going to be just as important as those winning days. All right, guys, I'm going to end the video here. If you guys like the video, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. If you guys want to trade live with me, the price is only $10 a week right now, and I trade live Monday through Friday, and you get access to the educational calls on the weekend. If you want to follow me on Instagram at @OAlexZ. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.